Hey everyone, welcome to Code Harmony. Today we'll solve LeetCode from ID 3005. Count elements with maximum frequency. This question is based on hash table. Also, it is an easy question, so it's going to be a beginner-friendly explanation. Here we will try to have a look on the brute force manner. Whatever is given to us, we'll just do that and get the answer. And after that, we'll try to optimize it further because that can be a follow-up question in the interviews. We'll try to do it in a single pass ultimately. Now let's have a look on the problem statement. Here we are given an array nums consisting of positive integers. Positive integers means starting from 1. Now we have to return the total frequencies of elements in nums such that those elements have the maximum frequency. So let's say we are given an array, and in that array there are two types of element. Let's say element 1 is coming 3 times. Element 1 is coming 3 times, and element 2 is also an element which is coming 3 times. So 3 plus 3 is something we have to return. Total frequencies of maximum frequencies. How many times we are encountering the maximum frequency? Just take the sum. The frequency, that's just the definition of frequency. Frequency means how many times an element is coming in this array. Number of occurrences of an element in an array. So let's take the first example. In the first example, we have an array something like this. Here, if we try to calculate the maximum frequency, I need to know the frequency of every single element. For that, what I can do is I can iterate over it and I can check that 1 is coming 2 times, 2 is coming 2 times, 3 is coming 1 time, 4 is coming 1 time. And how I have calculated this? Whereas I'm going along the way in this loop direction, firstly I'm coming to this one. Here 1 does not have an entry. I might take a map. In that map 1 is coming 1 time. Now when I come to 2, 2 is coming 1 time. This 2 is coming 2 times. This 3 is coming 1 time. This 1 is coming, 1 already have an entry. So in this case 1 is coming 2 times and 4 is coming 0 times. So here what is the maximum frequency? For maximum frequency, I can check for every single key. Maximum frequency comes out to be 2. And what is the answer? Answer is the sum of maximum frequencies. 2 plus 2. 4 is the answer. So 4 is something we have to return from this function. And this is our approach. So first of all, if we just have a look on the brute force, what we can do is we can iterate over the array and capture the frequency. Also, how do we capture the frequency? Do we have to take a map? For that, just go and look the constraints. In the constraints, they have given that the length of this array is going till 100. So we can have a maximum of 100 elements in this array, and the values of these elements are from 1 to 100. It means the keys in this map are going to be from 1 to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 100. If the keys are from 1 to 100, we can also take a custom hash table so that we don't have to get the overheads of implementation of map. I'm taking a array. Let's say that array is named as hash array, and this array is going to be of size 101 because I want 100 also as a index. So definitely, but indices are definitely going to be started with 0. So 0 will always be there. So from 0 to 100, I can utilize these indices from the array. So if I take this array and I mark this array as a hash array, I can capture the frequency in this hash array comfortably. So whenever I am able to get the custom hash table, I take custom hash table. I avoid taking map. So if I again iterate over this given input, now 1 is coming 1 time, 2 is coming 1 time, 2 is coming 2 time, 3 is coming 1 time, 1 is coming 2 time, and 4 is coming 1 time. So I took the array, I iterated over the array, and then I found out that I have captured the frequency. Now what I will do is I will iterate over it and capture the, so firstly I did it, capture the frequency. Second is find maximum frequency. Third loop, we can get the answer. get count of, or in other terms what I can say is summation of maximum frequency. Wherever I'm encountering the maximum frequency, I will take the sum. So here in this hash array, I'm getting the maximum frequency 2 times. So I will take the sum 2 plus 2, which is 4. So this is our brute force. Brute force, and this will also be very easy to implement. Let me directly write the code for that. Hash array, I can take new integer 101. Now what I will do is I will iterate over every number. Int num of nums. Int num of nums. What I will do is hash of num plus plus. Hash of that number plus plus. This loop is going to help us capture the frequency. Now finding the maximum frequency. Let's say maximum frequency is 0, and for that I will just iterate over this given hash function. I is equal to 1, I less than 101, I plus plus. If hash of I is greater than the maximum frequency, then current one is the maximum frequency. So maximum frequency is equal to hash of I. So we have captured the frequency, which is the maximum. Now check how many times this maximum frequency is coming. Again I will run the for loop. I'm not starting with 0 because there is no element at 0. I less than 101, I plus plus. So if the frequency of current element is equal to the maximum frequency, then count plus equal to this maximum value, and count is count of every single maximum frequency. So this is going to be the code, and in the end we can return count. Now what is the time and space complexity of this approach? Time complexity is order of n for this loop, order of n for this loop, order of n for this loop, and will go till 100. So it is 3 into n, and space complexity is around n. So it's 3 into n. 3 is a constant, you can avoid that, but still we are doing 3 passes in this case. But in the interviews, the interviewer is definitely going to ask you to do it in a single pass. Single pass means just do the one iteration and get the answer. So this is our aim, and this is, we'll try to think how we can optimize it further. Now let's try to optimize this solution where we were able to solve this problem in order of 3n time in 3 passes, and how we can do it in a lesser number of passes. Firstly, I have taken a hash table of size 101 to map the indices with the integer values in this nums array. Apart from that, I am taking a couple of variables. Maximum variable to capture the maximum frequency we have encountered so far, and about the count. Count should also be initialized with 1. And count is to track the count of maximum frequency. Let's say maximum frequency of an element is 1. So it's a maximum frequency, just count is 1. If again I'm getting the maximum frequency, then count will be incremented. We'll see when I will move in this problem. First item is 1. Frequency of 1 has become 1 from 0. So this 1 is the new maximum frequency. Why? Because existing maximum frequency is 0. So maximum frequency is updated. Also the count is updated, because whatever count we have in the past, that is discarded. When I am encountering a new maximum frequency, it means I am encountering it for the first time. And when I am encountering it for the first time, we have to update the count as well. Now I will come to 2. 2 frequency of 2 has become 1. See, this is the maximum frequency. This is matching with the maximum frequency. It means I have to update the count. Count has become 2. Count has become 1 plus 1, that is 2. Okay, so when I am again going to 2, so value has become from 1 to 2. Now 2 is the maximum frequency. If 2 is the maximum frequency, update the maximum frequency and update the count to the same value. That is 2. When I am coming to 3, frequency is 1, not the maximum frequency. When I am coming to 1, the frequency has become 2. frequency has become 2, it means this frequency is the maximum frequency. It means I am encountering maximum frequency again. It means just increment the count to the maximum frequency value. So not 2 plus 2, that is 4. Okay. Now when I'm coming to 4, frequency has been updated from 0 to 1. This is not the maximum frequency. And now I'm done with this iteration, and I'm able to get the count as well and the maximum frequency as well. So this might look tricky if you are a beginner, but let's have a look on the code. Once you do the dry run by your own on pen and paper, you will be able to think of it. So first of all, what I did is I did iteration over the array. So for that, I require this: I is equal to 0, I less than, and I plus plus. So this is the iteration over the array. And for ith element, I need to update the frequency. Hash of I plus plus. Incremented the frequency against this value. Let's see what is the frequency. Frequency hash of I. This is the frequency. I will see whether this frequency is the new maximum frequency. So for that, how can I check? If maximum frequency is less than f, or you can say that if f is the new maximum frequency, f is greater than max, in that case I will update the maximum frequency to f, and I will also update the count of those maximum frequencies to f. So this is something I have to do. But there might be the case that this frequency is not the maximum frequency, maybe it is less than the maximum frequency, or if it is equal to the maximum frequency. In that case, one more else if condition: if this frequency is equal to the maximum frequency, in that case we don't need to update the maximum frequency, we just have to update the count plus equal to f. So this is something we have to do, and now we are done with this code. In the end, just return the count. So when I'm encountering the maximum frequency for the first time, the count will be initialized to 2 in this, as per this example. When I'm again getting the 2 as a frequency, I will just increment the count. So count will become 2 plus 2, that is 4. So just do a dry run on this code, and you'll be able to understand it if you have some doubts. So now we were able to do it in a single pass. We are just doing one iteration. It means the time complexity is now reduced to order of n. But about the space complexity, we are already using the hash table in this case. So it's a linear time, a linear space with some optimization, started with the brute force. Now let's have a look on the code. First of all, I will be taking a hash array, integer of size 101, because elements are going till 100. Num's value will go till 100, so I will just take the size. Apart from that, I would require a couple of variables. Maximum frequency is 0, and the count is also 0 in the starting. And here I will just iterate over every single element. So just directly use the for each loop. Int num. For every number in this nums, what I will do is I will increment the frequency. Hash of num plus plus. And what is this updated frequency? F is the updated frequency. If this f is greater than the maximum frequency, I will have to update the maximum frequency, and the count will become equal to the maximum. But there might be the case we are encountering this frequency again after some time. That is, f is equal to maximum frequency already. In that case, just update the count with maximum. That's all we have to do. And after this traversal, we just have to return the count. Let me submit the code. It got submitted successfully and beats 100% of the Java submissions. I hope you have understood the code, and in case you have any doubt, you just do let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.